I think we've lost a sense of what it is to be Australian a bit. I think, and I don't want this to be misunderstood, but I think very high rates of immigration. You see, I think the foreign-born citizenry or component of citizenry in England is around 15%. America's around 15%. We're at 30%. Now, many of those people have become good Australians over time, but perhaps for a long time have not quite understood.
But many of our 30, of course, are from places like England, Scotland and Ireland.
So they kind of, it's easier for them.
Yeah, and of course that was the story of Australia long before the mass migration after World War II. But your point is nonetheless absolutely valid. I agree with it.
So what I think, here's my thesis, that multiculturalism in many ways worked well while there was still an overarching sense of Australianness. But so many Australians, let's be blunt about this, particularly in academia, have been so determined to paint us as a loathsome culture that we've lost a sense of pride, a willingness to defend ourselves. As I say, I don't think this has gone quite as badly as it could have. I noticed a lot more Australian flags out this Australia Day. The polls show people are saying, hang on, we do want to celebrate, you know, being Australian, and a majority, clear majority now in favour of Australia Day being the day when we celebrate it and so on and so forth. But nonetheless, we now have to face the fact that I think, to be really frank about this, big questions are being asked about multiculturalism, because suddenly we find the importation of ancient hatreds, which
John,
are clearly very offensive to the things that we've held dear as Australians.
John, I agree with you. I mean, you will know that I was never, in politics, I was never comfortable with the concept, the doctrine of multiculturalism, because to me it connoted a federation of cultures where there was no dominant culture. Well, that's nonsense. There's a dominant culture. There's always been a dominant culture in Australia.
It's what made it so attractive to people from other cultures.
Of course. Why did so many millions want to come? I mean, I used to, time and time again, as I moved around the country as Prime Minister, I can remember I'd go to a country area and go to in a barn dance. And a lady, she said, I came from Croatia and this is the greatest country in the world and I came here because I liked what you were. She didn't come to Australia to make us like she was. She wanted to become like we were. And that's the point. That's why I thought maybe assimilation was not the appropriate word. What does it matter what the precise word is, but the idea that every culture is equal is nonsense.